Hey everyone, hello my friends. This is Sonnet. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope that you are staying safe and healthy out there. I know that times are tough, but I really hope you guys are doing okay. I know I haven't dropped a video for you in a little while, but there are a lot of personal shifts that are taking place in my personal life. I'm not sure if I've mentioned this before or not, but I'm actually going through 2 Saturnian periods right now. I'm going through my Sati and my Sati Mahadasha. So for those of you that know Vedic astrology, I am in it, you guys. I am in it. For those of you that don't know, anytime you go through your 7 years of Saturn in life, or through any Saturnian period for that matter, things in life will tend to slow down quite a bit. Thoughts, feelings, emotions, perceptions do begin to shift quite drastically sometimes. A lot of change begins to occur, sometimes unexpectedly and out of the blue. So that's where I'm at. But it's better late than never. So thank you for your patience. I am still going to continue to drop videos for you. I know that in my absence, a lot of you still ask me if I am still available for sessions, and I am. I am here for you. It's part of what I'm here to do. So if you need any life coaching, a mentor on your twin flame journey, if you need an energy reading, ascension guidance, I am here. Send me an email and we will see what we can do together. But moving on, you guys. In the previous video, I talked about not giving up on your desire and the reasons why you shouldn't. Now, I'm talking to those of you that have been on this journey and feel and know unmistakably that this is your person, regardless of how you feel. If you know that this is your person, and if you know in your heart without a doubt that this is what you really want as well. So if the universe was to ask you today, like right now, if this is what you wanted, and if you dropped everything you were doing and took the opportunity, then I am talking to you. But if the universe asked you what you wanted and you were unsure because maybe you just don't know, or you aren't ready, maybe you don't see yourself long term with this person, then maybe it's time to keep it moving and explore another avenue and figure out what you really want. And the reason I say this is because the universe requires clear intent. You have to be aware of the signal that you are sending out. When you are unsure of what you want, by nature you stay on the course of linear time. And even that slows down because the universe doesn't know what to return to you other than idleness or nothing, because you yourself don't know what you want. There is uncertainty in your field. So there are 2 ways of attracting your twin, your person, which essentially these 2 ways are frequencies, really. There's 2 frequencies to attract. But before we get into that, let's talk about how we attract, because that's actually really important. So here's how it works, you guys. When you know what you want and you are certain of it and you know it wholeheartedly, your heart sends that knowing, that emotion up into the brain, and the brain sends that thought back into the heart. And when heart and brain are aligned, it creates coherent information, coherent energy that travels into the body as deep as at the cellular level. And so now your entire being is buzzing with the information of your desire that has now created a vibration emanating into your field and out, which then delivers a loud and clear message to the universe. That coherence literally sends the signal for what you want. So once that clear signal is received by the universe, it can now deliver it back to you. And as it is being delivered to you, things in your life begin to align. And this is where you begin to see changes. the synchronicity, the dreams, the name, the energy, the numbers. And you guys have shared the synchronicities that you guys stumble upon, and I just never fail to be amazed, because it's sometimes they are so unbelievable. I've experienced them too, but it never fails to amaze me. But these things happen because your desire is beginning to align with your reality. And the more receptive and excited you are, the faster things are able to come manifest. Sometimes the manifestation is slow or fast, depending on the motion of the energy. How certain are we? How clear are we with what we want? How deep is our gratitude for what we want? All these things have to do with the quality of the manifestation. Now, this is where you really want to be careful with your inner dialogue, the things that you say to yourself, because remember that whatever you are saying to yourself will create emotions and thoughts that are going to signal into the body. The body will signal into the field, and it is going to create a vibration that will be sent out, and then in return shape your reality. So if you know what you want, but you are going through the journey feeling triggered and staying triggered long term, then you are also going to feel negative emotions and negative thoughts long term, which takes up a lot of your own energy, by the way. It depletes you. And when you are living in a negative state, you are living in survival. And you cannot create in survival mode. You don't have the resources. You don't have enough life force in your field to create what you want, even if you know what it is. So you might feel stuck at times because you know what you want, and then you tap into your desire, and then, you are stuck in the trigger. And so you are stuck in survival. And so what does that feel like? It's not fun. It sucks, because maybe you don't believe that this is possible, and you start feeling things and thinking things or saying things to yourself. Maybe you begin to feel unworthy. Maybe you don't deserve it. You're not good enough. Maybe this isn't going to happen. Or maybe you're saying to yourself, they don't love me. They're too busy. There are too many obstacles. This is too complicated. I can't do this. Why am I here? This hurts. I'm lonely. I'm not with my twin. And all these things keep you in a state of lack. It's all lack. And this is where the conflict makes it even more painful, because your soul is feeling one thing, and the universe is trying to show you it, but your ego is believing something else, and things only seem to become stagnant. I know, because I've been there. I was in this state for a few years, and it's not fun. It's really not. And this is where a lot of twins get stuck. And some stay here for years, unfortunately. Sometimes the ego is so thick that they literally cannot move out of this state, even when they have positive experiences. The inner dialogue, which is the ego, has created a program. So here is option number 1. Okay, this is what you can do to attract the twin. This is really difficult, but this is how it works. So if you cannot maintain a positive state on your journey, for the most part, because we are not perfect, and healing and staying positive isn't linear. You're going to have your good days and you're going to have your bad days. But if it is more negative than positive, or if you find that your pain of separation is too much, or you are triggered long term, and this is causing you to think and feel a sort of way about your twin, in which maybe you're upset and resentful, or maybe you're in disbelief and you cannot break out of these feelings. And listen, no one can tell you what to do. I am not telling you what to do. We can't tell each other what to do. At the end of the day, we make our own decisions as adults. But if you cannot break out of these negative feelings or this negative cycle, the best thing to do is to let go. Drop the communication. Do not contact. Do not look at their stuff anymore. Do not wait around for a response, because if you are feeling negatively and your ego is still a bit dense, chances are your twin is not going to come around just yet, or maybe not in the way that you want them to, because the appropriate energy is not being emanated. If you are still in ego, in survival mode status, your field without a doubt, and I guarantee this, your field without a doubt is still not stable enough to bring that person in. At this point, it will only create more imbalance, repelling, awkwardness, the running, the chasing, all of that stuff. So even if your heart is in the right place, if your energy is not in the right place, it is best to let it go and allow linear time to take its course until you become stronger in maintaining a more positive field. So what is meant to be will stay meant to be. Whether you go quantum time or stay in linear time, all that is dependent upon you. And it happens. I mean, some twins forget or shift their focus away from the twin as much as they can. Some have landed into such an energy of healing that they are good by themselves. You know, they don't need anybody. Their healing has evolved them to a state of emotional and mental independence. They've detached. And that shift in itself allows the energy to balance itself out for both twins, actually, because the resistance is no longer there. And when the resistance is removed, the twin then starts to want to come back. The tables get turned. There's no more emanation of negative energy being thrown at the twin, and so they don't repel anymore at this point. The detachment, the surrender has been made. And at that point, it is up to the awakened twin to continue solo or to reconcile. Most of the time, if it is a real twin connection, or if it is a connection that is meant to be and that works, they do end up together, though. Most twins do end up together at that point. So like I said, if it is a real twin connection, it is so hard for it not to work out. So there you go. I mean, it's tough, but letting go works. Letting go works. The attraction happens. And option number 2, you guys, there is another option. So what if you know what you want and you feel so connected to your desire that it only feels like destiny? What if without any attachment you say to yourself, well, I don't know how or when it'll happen, but I know it's there because I feel it. And what if you begin to remove the negative inner dialogue, the negative emotions and thoughts about yourself and your twin? What if you replaced those negative thoughts and emotions with positive ones, and you begin to nurture your desire with positivity? At this point, if your intent is clear and you are combining that with a positive energy and emotion, whether it is thinking of your twin in a new light, the way your higher self would think of them, or maybe feeling grateful for the connection, and especially feeling like it's already yours, arriving to the timeline before it gets to you. If you experience these moments within you, even a few times a day, 5 minutes a day, you moved into quantum time for those 5 minutes. Then maybe the next day you can do 10 minutes, and then you can do 15 minutes, and then 20, until you get really good at it, and then you begin drawing it in a little bit more each day. And by the time you know it, you guys, you begin to embody the resonance which makes you a match to the circumstances and opportunities that draw in the timeline that you want, regardless of your healing situation, because you are drawing things in with love and positivity. So Quantum time is the ability to step out of 3D time and circumstances by drawing in the future with conscious thought and awareness. Time moves faster in quantum time because quantum is endless possibility. You create and activate by focusing on it as you go. Now you might ask, because I know you guys are going to ask, well, what if I'm doing all the work and staying positive and conscious, but my twin isn't doing anything? Well, let me inform you that if this is your twin and you are connected to them, even if it was a soulmate for that matter, the fact that you are connected to them, like doorknobs on a door, let's just say, when you turn the key on one end, it is going to unlock the other end, isn't it? Well, this is what the universe will do. It will take care of them. Trust me. The shift will happen. It will happen. So just to share my own personal experience here really quickly, for a few years, I was in and out of these two frequencies. I'd be purging and feeling the sorrow, the pain of separation, and feeling pessimistic at one point. Oh my God, that was so hard, you guys. And then the next day, I was totally in love, and I'd be envisioning myself in front of my twin like I was already there. I was experiencing the moment before it even happened. I remember it so clearly. I would work out, or I'd be working, I'd be like on the treadmill, or like just doing things, working on some art. But to me, in my vision, I drew in the moment, and I would find myself smiling and feeling it, experiencing it. And every time I did, I'd attract it. I was creating these reunions because I was living in them before they happened. And the universe would conspire to bring us back together each and every time because the energy was there. So if the connection is there and the energy is there, then it's a deal. It is a given. But I was also going into denial and fear and doubt, and that created more separation and more repelling. And after a while, though, I realized that it was just time to let go. I stopped chasing. I stopped giving in to the suffering. I stopped giving my energy to the suffering. I stopped looking at my twin. I stopped looking them up. I stopped looking at the pictures. But time passed. I gave it all I could, everything I had, everything I knew I could do. But the love was still there. And what did I do? I embraced it. I stopped fighting it. I embraced it, and suddenly I was looking at the connection with the only thing left. Unconditional love. And I had switched into a positive frequency long term, and that created the shift for me in my union. That created the shift. So to conclude, I will say this, you guys, that if your twin is asking you to be left alone, or maybe they don't want to talk right now, do not chase after them. Respect their space. Do not go getting into trouble. I've heard a lot of stories. Love should never be forced. Love is free. It is patient. It is kind. Authentic love is never attached. It is only unconditional. So whatever you decide to do, whichever of these two paths or frequencies you decide to take, maybe you are in and out of both, like I was. And that's okay. That's okay. The way you go about your journey is personal to you. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I love all of you, and I'm sorry that I'm talking in such a way. There's a lot of pollen here, so I'm like out of breath sometimes, or just dry. I have a dry mouth. But I love all of you, and I wish you the very, very best in love you have any questions, I am here. Oh, by the way, you guys, I am also on Clubhouse now. I've had several people ask me, so if any of you are on Clubhouse and you would like to talk about, the whole twin flame thing, let me know. And maybe you guys we can follow one another on there and set something up. But yeah, I wish you the very best. And until next time, bye everybody.